You'll be able to read about those stories in tomorrow's newspaper. That is, if it makes it to your doorstep. Carjackings are now affecting your newspaper delivery. It is happening so often that one delivery company sent out a notice to its customers about a change in their delivery schedule. WMAR 2 News' Janae Wright spoke with one driver who has had his car jacked at gunpoint. Janae, tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. Reggie Scott told me he remembers the carjacking as if it happened yesterday, and he's urging other delivery drivers to be aware of their surroundings at all times.
By the time I bent down, I heard the footsteps running up the street. I turned around, the gun was in my face.
Reggie Scott, who has been delivering newspapers for 19 years, was visibly frustrated when he talked about the time he was carjacked at gunpoint. He tells me two men came up to him and pointed a gun at his face. He told them if he could just get his dog out of the car, they could have the vehicle. And that's what happened. He says delivery drivers have been targeted a lot more in recent years.
And that's how they're getting us, because they're watching our actions, watching what we're doing, and they're jumping out on us.
The most recent incident happened on September 16th. Two men dressed in dark clothing approached a different driver. They demanded he give up his car and threatened to kill him. This was the third time that driver was carjacked. Afterwards, the company he worked for sent out a notice telling customers things were going to change.
I mean, it is scary, to happen that early in the morning. That means there's people cruising around just looking for potential victims to take advantage of. And, while this neighborhood is steadily improving and while the statistics say that, crime is down, it still shows that there's a long way to go in Baltimore.
This is a dark neighborhood. So for me and the other gentleman that's being carjacked in the neighborhood is because the lighting down there. It's not just us getting carjacked in that area. They're getting robbed down there. People are breaking in their cars down there. It's all because of the lighting, and I don't understand why is it so dark in this neighborhood, especially with the crime going on.
The notice says because of the recent carjacking, delivery drivers will no longer get out of their cars to deliver the papers. Instead, they will throw them on the front steps or porch. Also, the drivers will begin making their deliveries later in the morning when the sun is up.
Our neighbors have received similar notices, and we all feel for the delivery folks. This is something that we deal with, unfortunately, living in Baltimore. People that are just trying to make a living shouldn't have to deal with the violence that is endemic to the city. It's just become normalized.
Reggie says he doesn't think the carjackings will stop and encourages other delivery drivers to be extra cautious when making deliveries.
Be very careful and always keep your head on the swivel. And it's like that's for the Amazon drivers and all, because we all being attacked. And you notice they being attacked also. We got to pay attention.
He says although police patrol some of the areas, it's not stopping the crime from happening. And Reggie also says he now sends his location to family and friends. He also says that drivers should have a buddy system with other drivers on their route to keep each other safe.